Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and they got go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
got baby face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US obey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big cheer. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me import and wear tie up tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Fight walk folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberal. Him, them there. America simple, only two gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US obey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face.
Too many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, exec the sender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza.
With this my majesty.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Sunday. I appreciate all of the birthday wishes. I am an old man, but hey, not a bad number, 47, not too bad. Got something in common with Trump, I guess. And I do have to, I have to address this one. At this point, I think D-Day Cobra would rather meet JD than Trump. Let's get one thing clear. I don't want to meet JD Vance. I don't want to meet Trump. I want to meet JD Advanced. So yes, I would rather meet JD Advanced more than JD Vance or President Trump. Simple as that, okay? So yes, I would rather meet JD Advanced. That's my hero, and I want to meet him. And it is funny that JD he's really more well known for the memes than anything else. So, but anyway, good to see all of you here. We got a few things to talk about for sure. And you know, I said I would try to go live today, and Mar Millen says, "Happy birthday." Pre-stream chat grift tax. I was told no stream. Someone lied to you. It might have been me. It probably was me. Thank you, Mar Millen. Kate says, happy birthday, Biz Natch. Biz Natch. Thank you. Dave says, you're 47. You don't look a day over 72. Well, thank you. And it's nice to have really good friends. That's the most important part of any birthday, is to have really good friends. And I have great friends. In fact, one of my best friends, Mr. Nerdrotic himself, Gary, decided to upload an old picture of me. It says, happy birthday, homo. And he posted this. And so I was like, okay, well, if you're going to post an old picture of me, Gary, well, then I guess I need to post an old picture of you. It's only right. So I responded, okay. And I said, thanks, Gary. Thanks. So there you have it. So there's my response to Gary. So I was like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm just telling you right now, this guy would not have 1 million subscribers. All right. Thank goodness for the beard, because this guy would not have 1 million subs. There's no fucking way. Oh man, but there we have it. So my good friend Gary wishing me a happy birthday. Now, man, the memes, oh boy, like, okay, there's some tough, I gotta be careful. All right, hang on. That post gave me AIDS. What the hell is even Gary? I've seen some mentions of mine. Let me see if I could find. That's me on FNT. I will not. Okay. I've learned from other YouTubers not to show Twitter without pre-screening it for. Okay. Oh no. Here's one. Oh no! Netflix presents D-Day Cobra, a true grifter story right here. Netflix presents the D-Day Cobra story, from retail to grifting. How he overcame racism and toxicity. So there's one. All right, now let me go. There's some rough stuff in here, man. There's some. There's what the hell is even that? What is Ripa doing in Gary's studio? Jerome Prime. Woo! So there you have it. It's been a fun day. It's been a fun day. The memes are the best part of my birthday. That's pretty much all I got. I did watch the NASCAR race today. Ryan Blaney won. Hell of a race from Ryan Blaney. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Darth Manic. Oh, no. Holy shit. That is rough right there. Oh boy. Yeah, there's some tough memes. There's some tough memes. Trying to go through and see if I can dig some of these other ones out that people have been sharing. It's been a tough one. It's been a tough one. Let's see. Hang on. Oh no. What the hell is this? There's a lot. But anyway, we have stuff to talk about. I've got to catch up on the chat here really quickly. Yeah, I can't find, there was one I was wanting to show you. Oh yeah, X-Ray Girl posted that one right there. Listen, I'm just saying, man, like, you know, not my proudest, but gets the job done. Okay. Not my proudest, but gets the job done. Simple as that. So yeah, there you go. Jeremy, the professional forklift driver, would not. What? Come on, man. It's my birthday. Be nice. All right. Let's see. See there? Right there. Hang on. There it is. There it is. All right. Boom. Okay. That's what's up. Okay. Hell yeah. But anyway, we do have stuff to talk about. Let me catch up on some of these chats really quickly. Candy T says, happy birthday. Fun fact, it's also International Women's Day. Yeah, there's nothing says my birthday like showing identity politics overrunning it. So, it makes sense. It makes sense. Andrew says, happy birthday, Miss Nerdrotic. Jeremy the Fig Tariff. Thank you. Yes, it is Mrs. Nerdrotic's birthday as well. Ehab says, funds for the hat and beard because after those pics, y'all clearly are beyond help without them. Thank you. Mike Zero Source says, you celebrated your birthday the day after my girlfriend. This is a great weekend. Please tell tasteless jokes today. Better yet, let the chat tell tasteless jokes. That's every day in my chat, okay? That's every day in my chat. You know that. You know that very well. Packing Proton says, I'd say you look old, but I'm the same age at 47, so it would be a double insult to me, which is unacceptable. Thank you. Sensei Paul says, happy birthday, boss. Don't let it go to your head. Thank you, brother. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Packing Proton says, so happy birthday. Little Jim Taylor says, happy birthday, Jeremy. Mossad check bounced. Mossad check bounced? Okay, then that is a serious situation. We're going to definitely need to grift the birthdays if the Mossad check bounced. And we're off to a good start because Zwani just dropped a MAGA red $100 super chat. Happy birthday, my favorite fig. A toast with sparkling water to many more years of rotting my brain and making me more of an IDOT than I already am. Hail CobraCast 199, Mod Lives Matter, Chat Lives Matter. Happy Jessica. Thank you, Zwani. I appreciate it as always. Doesn't Mossad double pay on your birthday? Well, yes. But I criticized Ben Shapiro's eyebrows the other day, and they completely pulled all of my funding. So that's not if there's any Mossad agents out there that are getting $7,000 a month, don't criticize Ben Shapiro's eyebrows. So learn from my mistakes, I guess. What up, Hypnotic? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Hypnotic in the house. Are those eyebrows real? I mean, you could be the judge. I mean, look, I've already lost my Mossad pay, so we might as well go ahead and check it out. Let's see here. So I know that I saw a tweet. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. Ben Shapiro's eyebrows are completely out of control. And I don't know what to make of it. It may take me a minute to find it. I saw a tweet the other day. Maybe it got deleted. All right, let me just search it out. Ben Shapiro. Oh God, it's already an auto search on Twitter. Okay, so yeah, you tell me. You tell me what's going on with those eyebrows, okay? Like, these things have a life of their own. They are out of control. Like, these eyebrows have their own zip code. They're like, it's crazy. This is where my eyebrows went right here, okay? This is where my you're like, Jeremy doesn't have eyebrows. Yeah, because Ben Shapiro took all of them. He didn't leave any for anyone else. It is AI. It is. People are AIing the hell out of it, dude. It's been great. This is people are adding to his eyebrows. So like right here. It is AI. So just as but Ben Shapiro's eyebrows have kind of become their own meme. So people have been memeing on that big time. Just because here's the original, okay? This is the original, just so we're clear, not the one I just showed, all right? So, but there's still, like, this is directly from Ben, okay? So even, like, they're still out of control. This is directly from Ben Shapiro's Twitter account. So they're still out of control. So you can't say that the AI is that bad, okay? Let's see here. Got that one. Phil says that you couldn't stay away, Tax. Happy birthday, old man. Thank you. Jennifer says happy birthday, Tax. Thank you. Toddy says happy birthday. Thanks for your service. Andy Plays Games says March 8th. That means Mr. and Mrs. Griggs did the deed during Pride Month. Makes sense. Well, there wasn't a fucking Pride Month when I was born, okay? There wasn't none of this nonsense. I was born in a proper time in America where people were basically just doing drugs and having unprotected sex all through the country, all right? Back when we were a proper country, back when you could say the N-word and not get fired, okay? But now here we are. So, AOE2 Freak says, happy birthday, D-Day Cronkite. Dark Gavel says that thumbnail is kind of gay, Tax. Fantastic Knox says Jeremy's birthday, Tax. We just got a 20 from Dorkman, says it looks like Bert from the Muppets with his brows. Absolutely. Thank you. Who says you can't? You're right, Ladybug. I mean, you know, what's his face today? In the NASCAR race. I'm just now started watching NASCAR again. And Kyle Larson, he recovered from saying it. So, hey, there's hope for some of us out there. Mr. Friendly says, happy birthday, man. Show some fishing pictures if you feel comfortable doing so. If I could ever find time to go fishing, I would like to. That's why I wanted to start an outdoors channel. And because I was like, well, if I don't have time, because I don't take vacations really, I was like, let me just start an outdoors channel so I can actually make content out of this. Well, that didn't work out. So thank you, Mr. Friendly. There's a couple things to talk about. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, Iran has a new supreme leader, and it is the son of Khamenei, whatever his name is. And we have a new supreme leader. Guess what? Clock is ticking because President Trump is going to handle business, and he's going to handle business very soon. So that's the word on the street, is that Trump basically said that he's going to need to get Trump's approval. All right. Breaking, the son of the Ayatollah, the new supreme leader, will have to get approval from President Trump. If not, quote, he's not going to last long. We want to make sure that we don't have to go back every 10 years when you don't have a president like me, Trump told ABC before the supreme leader became official. Time to watch FAFO play out. So that's what Trump said about it.
Trump also told ABC News that the new leader needs approval from his administration, warning that if he doesn't, quote, he's not going to last long. All right, Joey, I'm going to come to you.
He's not going to last long. President Trump is going to effing you know what to you. And that is that's my president. That's what I voted for right there. Unconditional surrender from President Trump. That's what we're getting. But yes, so Iran names a new leader right here. If I can get this to play. See, YouTube is still messing up on me. Let me see if I can get this to work. Give me just a second here. Stupid YouTube, always messing up. I don't know why YouTube's been giving me problems. Maybe it's StreamYard. I'm not sure. All right, here we go right here.
Reporting that Iran's Assembly of Experts have appointed now Ayatollah Khamenei's son, Mojtaba Khamenei, as their new leader. These are pictures right now, in Iran. President Trump suggested that this specific person wouldn't be acceptable. And I think even Israel has reported today that they're going to go after whoever the next person is. So what does this mean for the operation? If I don't know that killing the Ayatollah was top of the list for the United States objectives as the ones they've pointed out as recently as today. But does this mean he's going to be target number one as we continue operations?
Well, I don't want to get in front of the president and our great national security apparatus and making the right determinations there. The president, I think, is correct in saying, look, we're going to have to sort of sign off on whether you're putting somebody in place and in power who is going to have the interest of stability.
Are they celebrating or protesting? It looks like they're celebrating. I'm not sure.
The interest of the people of Iran, the interest of the region, or whether you're just putting somebody else in place, carrying out their theocratic intentions to eradicate Israel and to go after, quote, the great Satan. So we need to make sure they've got people in charge of their country who are no longer trying to destabilize the world, fund Hamas, fund Hezbollah. So I back the president on that, but I think he is correct to be trying to do that through force, through diplomacy.
You go back to that. Somebody said it in the chat too. Look at their faces. Like they don't look excited.
But I think,
do they look excited? They really don't look excited to me. Looks like they're forced to be there. They're doing it out of fear. Again, that's just my observation. Okay.
He is correct to be trying to do that through force, through diplomacy, take out their conventional weapons, take out their nuclear capability. I agree. Take out, I think you said Senator Kennedy was talking about taking out some of their Navy. Agree with that. And I'm glad we've taken out a lot of their bad guys, but they can't install another crazy person or we're going to be dealing with Iran for decades to come. So keep applying the pressure, but I do not want to be building soccer fields in Tehran like we were in Baghdad, 15 years ago. And I'm sure you agree with that. I don't want to be in that exercise again.
No, I think we've learned from that exercise. No question, Congressman. It's Joe Concha. How do you define, Congressman, unconditional surrender? And can that be achieved without ground troops?
Why are they playing this fucking audio in the background? Nobody wants to hear this shit.
Well, I think that is a difficult question, right? I mean, again, the president went in and made the determination it was in our national security interest. The president defined the result here is when they cry uncle, right? I mean, that was very, Trump speak for, hey, you're gonna basically do what we're telling you to do. So we'll know that when we see it. But I think it's when we know for sure that we've dismantled their nuclear capability, we've weakened their ability for striking Israel, advancing their ability to get to strike us. I think when we have some degree of a regime there that is able to be put in place that is not the continuation of what we've been dealing with since 1979. Now, again, can you do that without boots on the ground? That is my strong preference. I'm like you. I'm not looking for us to have boots on the ground. Now, do you need to have some strategic people on the ground for some period of time to try to make sure we've got a regime in place that is going to be in our interest? I'm all ears and listening to the president, but I know this, if they come to us with a supplemental funding bill, which just seems potentially likely, I'm going to be asking those questions. How long is this going to take? Are boots going to be on the ground? I do not want to be into the nation building exercise again. But I'm with you to make sure that we're taking out their capabilities and make sure that whoever is installed is not going to continue their radical agenda.
Congressman Chip Roy, you share a lot of our concerns, and we really appreciate you being here tonight to discuss all of those things, including what's going on right here in New York City. We really appreciate it. Thanks so much.
My pleasure. God bless you guys.
God bless you, Congressman. All right, Joey, I guess we'll go to Iran and then we'll go back to New York City. So with this announcement that we've got this new supreme leader.
This announcement just means that he's not going to be long for this world. And because we're already starting to see threats again, and it's hard to determine what's legit and what's not because there's so much propaganda from that region. Iran says it will make the U.S. regret any aggression under the command of the new supreme leader. This is not a very good tactic if, in fact, this is true. Again, there's so much fake news that comes out of this that you have no idea what's real and what's not. But yeah, this is not a very good decision right here if, in fact, this is true. Not a good idea at all.
and we were seeing the footage as we're seeing now in Iran, that gives me a little bit of a cause for pause, because this doesn't look good. This doesn't look like a regime change that was effective. But of course, it's early. We don't know what's going to happen. But what's your take on this and the scenes that we're seeing?
To quote Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, we're not trying to do a regime change, but the regime sure changed. And I think that's the important distinction. I know he's almost made fun of that for saying that, but that's exactly what's happening here. The goals as outlined by the administration, as reiterated by Senator Kennedy today, are clear. Destroy their Navy. And I need to look up, make sure I have the four, but it's four strategic.
And we actually have a couple of clips from Pete Hegseth right here. This is Pete Hegseth confirms the world hasn't seen anything yet when it comes to America's capabilities against Iran. Here we go.
We're very much on track, on plan. I was down at CENTCOM.
Someone might hear that and think it's almost over.
Well, we're not flying a mission accomplished banner like George W. Bush on.
I am so happy he said that. I did not know he said that. That makes me so happy to take a shot at George W. Bush. Oh, that's good. That is good. Damn.
Someone might hear that and think it's almost over.
Well, we're not flying a mission accomplished banner like George W. Bush on an aircraft carrier. We're not doing that, and we haven't done that. But we can be clear with the American people that this is not a fair fight. And that's on purpose. Our capabilities are overwhelming compared to what Iran's are. And frankly, when you combine our Air Force with the Air Force of the Israeli Defense Forces, it's the two most powerful air forces in the world. The ability for us to be up over the top and hunting with more conventional munitions, gravity bombs, 500-pound, 1,000-pound, 2,000-pound bombs on military targets, that we haven't even really begun to start that effort of the campaign, which is going to showcase even more how we will execute on those objectives.
That was good. That was good. Then we have reveals that Iran will surrender whether they acknowledge it or not.
The president said recently there will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. What does that look like? Unconditional surrender? How will you know it's real?
It means we're fighting to win. It means we set the terms. We'll know when they're not capable of fighting. There'll be a point where they'll have no choice but to do that. But whether they know it or not, they will be combat ineffective. They will surrender.
Typically, the understanding of a surrender is person to person. Is that what would be required in a matter like this?
Well, there's a lot of different ways. Whether they want to admit it or not, whether their pride lets them say it out loud or not, it's President Trump who will set the terms of that.
President said.
Dude, Hegseth is just so on point. Again, it's important to realize the superstars that have been created in this administration under President Trump. And right now we have, I would say, 3 legitimate megastars for the future of the Republican Party right now. Obviously, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, and Pete Hegseth. Now, that's not to say there aren't other good people in the cabinet, but those three guys all have what it takes to be major players in the future, for sure. 100%. Then we have this right here. So here's more from Pete Hegseth right here.
I'm in the room every day and I see how President Trump operates and what he's putting first, and it's America, Americans, and American interests.
It has been said that the Israelis, through Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, provided on February 23rd key information about intelligence they had developed about the likely whereabouts of Ali Khamenei and many in his inner circle. That the U.S. then checked it out through the CIA, confirmed that, and that was an opportunity that presented itself to the president. And that was the precipitating factor for this war. That's the way it's been reported. Is that accurate, Mr. Secretary?
President Trump's approach has been our interest in advancing those interests from the beginning. And so the fact that intelligence was gathered, whether from Israelis or ours, and always checked by our intel agencies to make sure it's accurate. A lot of times the best way to start operations is a trigger-based or condition-based moment. And you can work together on whether that makes sense. But we were always controlling the throttle about whether or not to go or not go, and ultimately to advance American interests and protect American lives. I'm in the room.
Stephen Miller too. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, there's plenty of awesome people in the administration, but I'm talking about people that can legitimately be in the position to be president, vice president one day, and that is Hegseth, Rubio, and Vance all have what it takes to be players from that perspective. Stephen Miller's, I don't ever foresee him being in that position. I mean, obviously I could be wrong, but I just don't think that he has the it factor. And you do, unfortunately, for better or for worse, you have to have the it factor to elevate from that perspective. And all three of those guys have it. So this is really good news for the future, for sure.
Goals: destroy their Navy, destroy their nuclear program, their drone program, and their missile capabilities, so that whatever happens inside the country of Iran can't be an attack for countries outside of Iran. That's the goal. And we can do that goal, for the most part, from the air. I think when we talk about surgical, very well-trained surgical insertions in the borders of Iran, it's probably in specific areas for a short amount of time to go in and grab something we need, someone we need, get eyes on something. And I don't know that that's even really going to be necessary. It's also important that Americans keep pressure on this administration to be upfront and forthright with us. There's operational security, and there's also the politics. Both are incredibly important. There are 7 families right now who will never see their hero again, who did not know 2 weeks ago that they—
so today it was reported that we did lose a 7th service member. Don't know if we got any more details since that announcement was made, but obviously rest in peace to that hero, and prayers and condolences to his or her family as well. I know none of the details around who the service member was.
would be in this type of danger because of an offensive operation that we committed to. So it's up to the administration to tell those 7 family members and the tens of thousands of others why this is a righteous and worthwhile endeavor, why their lives made the world safer. Now, I believe I understand that, but if there's any questions or consternation, those are completely fair. When we talk about boots or troops on the ground, as a guy who my boots are the ground over there now, I don't mind being called a boot, but some people get their feelings hurt, I guess. If we talk about boots on the ground, what we're really talking about, which we addressed in the A block of this show, is this creeped mission. Oh, we've done this. Now let's go ahead and do a surge so we can make sure the regime changes. That's the reason why I don't like to harp on the regime change, and I don't like to justify what we're doing based on how the Iranian regime has treated its people, because that's a them problem. I hate to say that.
If you're just tuning in right now, we're talking about the fact that Iran has a new supreme leader, and reportedly through Iranian state media or whatever, they're already making aggressive comments to the U.S. Iran says that it will make U.S. regret any aggression under the command of the new supreme leader. This is the former supreme leader's son, and President Trump is on record saying unless he approves it, then this person's not going to last very long. So that's where we are right now with it.
It's not that I don't have empathy, but when it comes to our men and women dying, that's a them problem. They're going to have to figure out. If there's an Iranian regime that's just as brutal to their people, but is completely neutered in their ability to affect the rest of the world, then I'm going to pray that maybe the CIA sends some guns here and there and gives them a chance one day.
I guess my question, too, and I'd ask this to you, Joe, is does this new appointment of a new leader, does it matter? Is this a figurehead with soon, no force behind him? Or is this somebody who, once again, is going to try to rebuild what he can and rebuild the infrastructure to make nuclear weapons? Are we headed down the path 2.0, or is this just simply symbolic for the regime?
Mustafa Khomeini, who we see here on our screen, is largely symbolic, because you talk about force. Yeah. What force? Ballistic missiles, nuclear missiles, a Navy, an Air Force. Right now, Iran has been neutered, but we don't have the regime that we'd like in there to work with like we do in Venezuela.
So they're obviously blah, 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 blah. Ultimately, this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out over the next couple of days with this new supreme leader. And it doesn't seem like he's long for this world if they're going to be talking like that. However, there is what happens, especially with this region. There's a lot of public posturing, but there's private communications where they say something completely different. So they put these public messages out there so that they can posture but privately they're saying something completely different. So is this one of those situations? Don't know, but this happens. We'll see if the threats are legit. I think that this is going to be the only end result right there, is that President Trump is going to handle business. So time will tell. Okay, let me get to a couple of these super chats. Thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. Ladybug says happy birthday. Look at that, Ladybug. Thank you. Darth Fiend says happy birthday. Thanks for all you do. Vault 199 says, don't forget you promised us a game stream for today. I told Jay that I might play some Fortnite with him. Okay, I did. And if I do play Fortnite with Jay, it will be on this channel right here. So if you guys are interested, that's going to be the channel. Mods can drop a link. It'll be a little bit later tonight. I know Jay has a Mario Kart stream, and he told me after Mario Kart he would run Fortnite with me if I wanted. So it probably will happen because I did say that I would. So Laughing Man says dead channel. That is a dead channel. When's the last time I did a stream on that channel? 2 months since I did a fucking stream on that channel. Holy crap. Yeah, that's a dead channel. All right. Peter says, I'm effing late tax. Thank you. Nas says, happy birthday. Darth Gavel says, I'm 47 myself tax. Daniel Moore says, 47, no way. Pour out a glass of water for Jer, guys. It's all up. That's pretty much all I drink is water. So, Alex Aerocase says, just bought a JD Advance shirt. Happy birthday. Aaron says, born on International Women's Day. Makes sense. Happy birthday. No, I don't think it was that when I was born. They hijacked it like they've hijacked every fucking thing else. Stream Hero says happy birthday. I am Brockatron says it's funny how the fake America First crowd reaction to the NY bomber was let's see, she's a Jew about the speaker instead of condemning the jihadi bomber, you mean. Yapping Tom says, little known fact, Jeremy used to work retail. This is true. Random Logo says, happy birthday. 57 is not that old. If I make it to 57, I'll consider myself lucky. Mark Andre Roy says, happy birthday, you geriatric. Thank you. Dark Red Knight says, what's your birthday got to do with me? Southeastern Kaiju says, lost an hour. And it's Women's Day. Anything else? Not much. Hey, look at there. Always dropping big time super chats and gifties. Happy birthday. Thank you. Patrick says, I know this and Sweeney money. Let's see. I know this and Sweeney money, but what I get for $5, homie. Happy birthday. First super chat I've done, and you deserve it. Talk hard. For $5? For $5 fucking dollars? For $5, you shouldn't say shit to me. You should just drop the 5 and say, thanks for the entertainment. For $5 fucking dollars, that's all you're going to send me? You might as well just go give it to DSP. I'm kidding. That was just sarcasm. That was just sarcasm. I was just giving you a response. I was just giving you a response, okay? I didn't mean it. I was giving you what you paid for. Mr. E409 says, eyebrows extensions. Yapping Tom says, those are the right size brows for Ryan's forehead. T Little says, happy birthday, young man. Enjoy youth. Listen, I feel very young. I think I don't look 47, but apparently I am. And I feel like one of these days I'm just going to wake up and I'm just going to hit the wall. You know, I'm just like going to wake up and I'm like, oh, this is what it feels like to be old, because I don't. I walk 10 to 12,000 steps a day. The only time I'm sitting down is when I'm streaming or making a video. I am extremely active, but one of these days I'm just going to wake up and it's going to be like, oh, this is what it feels like to be old. But I'm, knock on wood, Knock on wood. I don't feel it right now. Yep, 50, and it hits you hard, says Coopster. But see, that's what I was told my whole life. I was told my whole life because I've always been a very active person, and I've always been told, like, oh, by the time you hit 25, by the time you hit 30, by the time you hit 35, by the time you hit 40, by the time you hit 45. And it has not even, like, I don't feel my age at all. But one of these days it will happen, I guess. Marco for $47. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And I would encourage everybody, by the way, walking at least, like, I don't know if people have the ability to walk 10,000, but walk. It is extremely important. So, active dog, you stream 16 hours a day. I do, but I still, like, here, let me pull up my walking app. What am I averaging right now? Right now, my average per day, my daily average right now over the past week is 11,300. And so today I've done 12,136. So my daily average is around 11,000. I have gotten up to about 15 to 16,000 at some points, but sometimes I don't get out as much as I want to. Let's see. Chris says 10,000 is definitely difficult to hit, but I have gotten up to 5,000. Yeah, I hear you on that. Again, I just think it's important for anybody. It's cheap. It's literally cheap as hell. Just walk. It's very good for you. Drink water and walk. I'm not a doctor. Clearly, I'm a retard. But this is a very, very basic thing that many people can do. Okay, let me take that. Let me bring this back. Let me bring this back. Okay. You should walk. Unless you live in the hood, then just stay indoors because it's not safe. All right, let's go. Raggedy Man for 20 says, happy birthday, Beast. Thank you. Appreciate it. Mike Zero, let's see. For your birthday, did you get tickets to your favorite band, Imagine Dragons? I knew where you were going with that one, and I'm not falling for it. Real Life Jeremy says colonoscopies are the best thing about getting old. I'm at the age where I'm supposed to go get this done, and I have been avoiding it for like 2 years, and I know it needs to get done, and I really don't want to have it done. I'm avoiding this at all costs. I'm almost like I would rather die. I would just rather die than to get this done. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Tired Retro Gamer says birthday tax. Vic Chavez says international gangsta. Mar Millen says, for 10 says, I like how the attacks on Hegseth were always, he's a Fox correspondent, and now they have abandoned that since he's become a big player in his cabinet. Love Hegseth. He is like, I love the JD Vance meme, and I'm a huge fan of JD Vance. I've become a big fan of Marco Rubio because, again, somebody I did not like and did not believe in. Tom Homan is awesome. But I got to say, man, Hegseth might be my favorite member of the Trump cabinet. He might be big, especially because of, his background, how much they doubted him, and how he carries himself now. He controls these press conferences. There's no bullshit about this guy, man. He's really, really on point. So he's really good. Let's see. Son of whatever that is. I was told to wish you a happy certain. Let's see. I was told to wish a certain inbred. There it is. Happy birthday. So here you go. There it is. I'm not trying to say that shit. Let's see. Thank you. Stormbreaker says, happy birthday, Jeremy. Green Ranger 199 says, Beardo Fat. Fun with Collecting says, thanks for the entertainment. Happy birthday. Sandy. I almost said it, dude. I almost said it. Okay. I should say it. And they go, I love that name.
All right, Smelly Negro. I love that name. Which hockey movie chant I swallow knickers come? No idea.
Once the new guy gets got, I want to throw my turban in for the new supreme leader. Hail the 199 and happy birthday. Thank you. Wookie Manuelson. This is March 8th birthday, brother. Have a good day, or have a good one, dude. I'm 37 today, and you've replaced old school cable news in my house to the point where my wife even knows you. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. That means a lot. It really does. Sometimes I lose perspective of things. I mean, we're going to find out here, not find out, but it's like it's going to be a reminder here in about 2 weeks when we have our meetup here in Orlando. But you know, I do lose perspective as to how far everything has, you know, grown, and Geeks and Gamers and CobraCast and Friday Night Tights, and getting to meet people in real life is a real reminder of how this is all transformed everything, my life, and, you know, the business and Geeks and Gamers. You guys are the freaking best, man. It's awesome. Okay, I do want to follow up on a story that we talked about yesterday, and there is a little bit more information on the story. So first, I'm actually going to play a clip from a channel, highly respected channel, one of the best channels on YouTube, D-Day Cobra 2. So right here on D-Day Cobra 2, this is the Asmongold situation from yesterday. The reason I'm playing this is because of this clip that Danky has put in the beginning. This is apparently, I'm guessing this is Casey Tron. Is this Casey Tron? I'm assuming this is who she is, because this is the person that was targeting Asmongold's sponsors. So I believe that's who she is. Am I correct? That's Casey Tron. Okay. So Casey Tron has been targeting Asmongold's sponsors and people he's in business with, all of that. So listen to this right here. Okay.
But no, like what I find like the most disturbing now is like these people who are still affiliated with him. You know, it's like, why are there people still on his talent agency? Why is his talent agency have all these sponsors when every other day he's advocating for people to be murdered in the streets? Like every day he's literally advocating for some other minority group to be killed by the police. You know, him and XQC are laughing about Renee Good being fucking shot. They're like laughing and hee-hawing about it. It's like, why does Asmongold have a talent agency that has so many fucking people on it? And why is it sponsored by so many? Like, that's like the point that I'm at now. Like, who are the people that we're seeing pictured with Asmongold within the last 6 months? Have they answered for it? You know?
Mythic Talent and so now this is all around Mythic Talent, the agency that Asmongold co-founded in 2023. And yesterday it was announced that they have, you know, parted ways. And everybody knew what this was about. Everybody knew. Mythic Talent posted a statement March 7th saying they spoke with Asmon and both sides agreed to part ways, adding that they represent creators from a wide range of backgrounds and are committed to respect and responsibility. We all know what that means. As I said in my other video, all this means, all this garbage right here means, is that they have creators that are not MAGA supporters. That's what that means. We have creators that are not MAGAs, and they are not January 6th rioters. That's what that means. We know this. And so anyway, Asmon has responded with, I think this is the most on point thing that Asmon could have said right here. Okay. This is perfectly said by him. Just listen to what Asmongold has to say.
But I also don't want to be, I don't want to continuously make friends with people that are being like in the public eye, hyper scrutinized. There's like a ton of like drama and weird stuff. And I'm a very loyal person. I want to defend somebody. I want to, you know, give them the best benefit of the doubt. But at a certain point, like I view a lot of the friendships and relationships that I've had in streaming. I view them like, I mean, the truth is like, this is going to sound maybe bad. they're liabilities. They're massive liabilities. And I think that also this is a two-way street. I think that I'm a liability with people sometimes, right? Because like, I have a big audience and a lot of people watch me. And I think that because of that, you're going to have a ton of people that are like really opinionated about things that I say, or, they're angry that I did,
And and again, I want to be clear. I am not, saying in any way, shape, or form that I have the audience the size of Asmongold's audience, but it's all relative. It doesn't matter if I have 20 people watching me, 200 people, 2,000, 20,000, or 100,000. It's all relative. So like he has a huge audience, and I consider having a pretty decent audience for every expectation that I've ever had. I never imagined I'd have 5 people watching me online, but so I'm very, very thankful for each and every person that watches me. But the point being is that like, this is why I used to collab a lot with people. I tried, like I learned my lesson big time with the Zack Snyder deal, where it's just like, don't try to cozy up to Hollywood. Don't try to cozy up to anybody in the mainstream, because they will denounce you the moment that it gets a little bit, controversial. And I learned that lesson the hard way. This is why I don't do a lot of collabs anymore. And I certainly do not tell people who I am in real life. I try to avoid it. And I've said this many times whenever people ask me what I do, I didn't really have a good answer for a while. And so whenever I would try to explain what I do without saying it, I ended up making it sound like I'm a porn star online. Because they're like, well, what do you do? And I'm like, I do some work online. They're like, oh, what kind of work online? Just, videos and, and a lot of people know who I am, but it's not a big deal. And they're like, oh, well, like what type of videos? You wouldn't be interested. You wouldn't be interested. It's nothing that would be up your alley. Oh, you're sure? I'd like, and it just ends up sounding like the worst thing in the world. And instead of me saying like I'm a Trump supporter and I talk about politics, because you never know what the reaction from some stranger is going to be, because I might be better off just telling them I'm a porn star instead of a Trump supporter. Like that's literally like the worst thing you can tell some people sometimes, so I try to avoid that shit. I tell my family, I'm like, Mom, don't tell. My mom's like, I'm so proud of you, honey. Yeah. Mom, don't tell people anything about what I do. Nothing. She goes, but I'm proud. I want to. No, please don't tell anyone what I do. She's probably watching right now. Mom, don't tell anyone what I do, please. But anyway, back to what he's saying.
X or Y thing, but just in general, I've gotten myself to a position where I just don't want to be involved with anything and anyone involved with the streaming culture and streaming environment. Like, I'm not saying that I'll never do it, and I'm not saying that I hate all streamers, but I'm just making a generalized statement that I don't have any interest and any desire being friends with, collaborating with, dealing with, doing events with, going to events, going to parties, having anything to do with anybody in the streamer culture.
This is so perfect. And again, this is why I am the luckiest person online to have the friends that I already have. I have the Friday Night Tights crew, and I have my Geeks and Gamers crew. Like, I'm not looking to like expand into any other communities or anything like that. And it's not because I have anything against these people. It's just that it's too much of a risk to get pulled into something where people have to denounce you, or people have to deal with other people that hate you, going after these people and all of that. And again, this goes back to, just keep bringing up the Snyder thing. Some of you may or may not even know about that, because that happened so long ago. How long ago was that? How long ago was the Snyder thing? Like 4 years ago? Something like that? But like, so again, the quick version here is that before the Snyder Cut came out, and I'm not a fan of Zack Snyder's movies, but we had a guy on the team, former NFL football player Uche Nwaneri, and Uche, because of being a former NFL player and he was a Snyder fan, he got connected with Zack Snyder because he was a former NFL player, and Snyder found out about this. And of course, there was this opportunity in their minds. I'm telling you what in their minds was. It was, oh, this guy's a former NFL football player. This is great marketing for us. And he's a fan of the Snyder movies. Well, Uche was like, yo, bro, I'm talking to, Zack Snyder. I'm like, oh, shit, that's crazy. He goes, I'm telling him about G&G. And of course, Uche's no longer with us. Rest in peace to Uche. But so I was like, you sure you want to tell him about Geeks and Gamers, bro? Like, are you sure? He goes, bro, I ride with y'all. I'm telling him. I'm like, okay. So he tells him, and then Zach only hears Geeks and Gamers, former NFL football player, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. This is a great opportunity. And they bring it to me, and I'm just going, I don't know, man. Like, as soon as they find out who the fuck we are, they're going to not want to do anything with us. Like, that's just, there's no fucking way. So I met with Zack Snyder on a call, and I told him who I was, told him how controversial I am in Hollywood, told him I didn't like his movies, but I respect the Snyder cut and I respect the Snyder movement. He was totally cool with it. He kind of brushed off like, I face a lot of criticism online. You're just he didn't say this when I'm saying, he's like, I face a lot of criticism online, bro. Like you're just, I can deal with some YouTube, drama or whatever. Like, okay. And long story short, yeah, as soon as it became public that he was connected to Geeks and Gamers, oh my God, racist, sexist, misogynist Geeks and Gamers. And it just was a shit show after that. And then he ended up denouncing us on a charity auction live stream after we had raised like $100,000 for suicide prevention. It was a fucking nightmare. So I learned my lesson the hard way. Never trust Hollywood. Never, never, never. No matter what. Now, did we make mistakes along the way? Of course we did. I was in over my head dealing with some massive Hollywood fuck job. Gonna say something else. Anyway, dealing with Hollywood people is always a bad move. Asmongold is doing the right thing.
That's really the way that I feel. It is. And again, like I've been around it a long time. I really have. And so to me, that's it. I mean, I'm totally out of it. Like whatever other people want to say or do, whether it's a company I was involved with, or a person I streamed with, that is totally their prerogative. And I don't know. I don't care. It's not relevant to me whatsoever. And I understand people might want to have you might want to get mad. I don't have anything against anybody in Mythic. I'm not angry at anybody. I wish them the best of luck. I'm very happy for them. I'm proud of how well they've done. I have no ill will or anything towards this. I just simply want to move on to a new place in my life. I don't want this to still be in my life. I don't want to have any connection to this at all. And I just want to move on totally. And so that's the way I feel, right? That's really the truth. And, as I said, I mean,
this is a very level-headed response from a very level-headed guy. And he's handling it the right way. He probably knows a lot of the people there, and he just doesn't want to send any negativity to them. The truth is, though, this is going to destroy them. I don't think that they can survive, because I think that Asmon is just, well, first of all, he's just such a massive name that any negativity towards him, even if it's perception wise, it's going to crush them. It's going to crush them. And to be fair, he's not going to say it, but I will. They fucking deserve it. They absolutely deserve to be crushed, because why would you distance yourself from Asmongold, one of the biggest streamers on the entire internet, a very, very level-headed guy who has many opinions that I disagree with. I think he has a lot of takes that I do like, and he's got a lot that I drastically disagree with, like big time. But he's a level-headed guy, man. Just why would you want to distance yourself from him? It makes no sense. From a business standpoint, this is a death knell from that perspective. And I have no sympathy if they end up going under because of this decision. This is a terrible, terrible decision. And I guess we'll see how it all plays out. But let me see here. What exactly do you disagree with? Well, I mean, specifically his inability to support President Trump. He's a complete fence rider. He's not a Trump supporter. Asman's not a Trump supporter at all. He's a perceived Trump supporter, and he's riding the wave of his popularity, and he supports Trump just enough to get people worked up, but he will not commit at all. Not even close. And everybody that watches him knows this. He is a far better fence rider than Tim Pool, where he will lean as far as he can, but he will not commit to it. For instance, he thought that the Ilhan Omar thing was legit. The attack on Ilhan Omar, he thought that was legit. Now, I gave him credit for that, by the way, because his entire chat, like 99% of his chat was telling him this is legitimately a setup and it's fake. And he goes, I think it's 5% chance that it's fake. And it's like, I respected that he went against 99% of his chat. I did. I truly respected it because I'm like, most streamers would not have the balls to go against 99% of the chat. And he did. And even if I disagree, like I don't disagree, he's wrong about the Ilhan Omar situation. He's flat out wrong. It was fake as fuck. It was a setup and it blew up in their faces because if you realize how quickly that went out of the news cycle because it blew up in their faces. They did this fake attack so she could be a fake victim, and then it did not land like they wanted, and that went out of the news cycle really quickly because they knew it backfired on them. So, but either way, I really like Asmongold. I respect the hell out of the guy, and he's good, man. He's good at what he does. So that's the gist of it right there. His take on it is perfect. Get away from these mainstream streamers. Mainstream streamers are the worst people on the internet. They're terrible. And because they're phonies, like there's nothing that they believe in. They believe in the current thing. Whatever the current thing is, mainstream streamers believe in it. That's it. They have no real opinions. So whatever the corporations and the sponsors want the mainstream streamer to believe, they will believe that, whatever it is. They don't have a single opinion of their own, not even remotely close. They are all phonies and frauds, and they are controlled by the sponsors and the money and the platform. That's the truth of it. Asman is, I'd have to think about this for a minute to make sure I'm not speaking out of pocket here. Asman is probably the biggest streamer that is legitimate and honest. I think. I'm trying to think of, so, I mean, there's only a couple of people that are bigger than him. So he might be the only one on that level that is genuine. So trying to think, like Aiden Ross, I don't think Aiden Ross is genuine. I find him to be entertaining, but I don't think Aiden Ross is genuine. He's a huge streamer, but he's not. He's obviously he'll lean into other things that some of the mainstream streamers won't do, but he's not going to fully commit to any of this shit. So iShowSpeed is genuine. Yes, iShowSpeed is genuine, but he doesn't cover anything controversial, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. iShowSpeed is a genius when it comes to streaming. He has cultivated his own brand of streaming, and it's absolutely incredible to watch what he does. It really is. I know a lot of people, they'll see clips of iShowSpeed and they'll be like, oh, this guy is this. IShowSpeed is a genius when it comes to what he does. He's a genius. And I would put him like on a whole different stratosphere than anyone else because he's doing things that nobody else is doing. And he's legitimately entertaining. He's funny, and he will put himself in some crazy situations. I like him. Okay, so that's that for Asmongold. Let's see here. Bright Matt says, went out canvassing for Reform UK today in a place called Crawley, and I was with the chairman of the branch, and towards the end, he knocked on a door and was called a racist. Typical bigoted lefty. Sounds about right. He's not a genius. If you listen to what I said, it's like he's a genius when it comes to streaming. There is perspective there. Stephen says, we're all grateful and better off with you contributing to our political world, I think. Maybe. I guess maybe. I don't know. But thank you. I appreciate it. JDT199 says, Fire Bondi, put Paxson at AG. Happy birthday, dude. Still have no idea how I found this channel and why you end up on my TV. But here we are. Good luck on the colonoscopy. I don't want to. No. Nick from Echo Base, what up? Says happy birthday, happy early birthday to us. Loving CobraCast and watch all the time, brother. Keep up the good work. Thank you, brother. Good to see you, man. River Miles 450 says symptoms of watching Casey Tron, a former boob streamer, may include decreased brain function and erectile dysfunction. Happy birthday, Jeremy. CobraCast is the cure for ED, whether the filter is on or off. Listen, man, I have if we're at any point, okay, when the super chats aren't rolling in, I can just turn on the beauty filter and then they start rolling in. DSP, man, I can teach you. DSP, whenever you're struggling, bro, okay, just turn the beauty filter on. It's like a light switch, man. Just turn the beauty filter on. Super chats come rolling in. DSP, I got you, bro. Okay, just turn the beauty filter on. No more worrying about super chats, man. You'll be covered. Eric for 10 gifted memberships. Thank you. Appreciate it. Jeremy Cyborg says, my red dress stream went for 24 hours with Sydney Sweeney. That is awesome. I respect that. JRG Project says, let's see, what's the parlay on the new Superman lunatic or Supreme Lunatic Superman? My bet is 24 hours at best. I'm going to give him 72 hours. I'll give him 72 hours. He has a celebrating red spiky circle is regime flag. Slain Hope says, those are the terror flags. That's not a celebration. It's a mass struggle session. Packy Proton says, who will be the 51st state? Iran, Venezuela, Cuba. Looks like Cuba is next. Canada, maybe. Brightman says, hey, Jeremy, happy birthday. Have a good one. Thank you. Mando Unchained says, happy birthday, Tax. Patrick says, now that was worth the $5, bud. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Daniel Moore says, read member message from the start of the stream. Ultra Forward says, hail King Trump in the 199. Fantastic Snock says, so an IED was found near Mamdani residence around the same time as those two snack bars inbred got arrested. Mamdani staying silent on this day. I saw him crying about Jake Lang and calling him a white supremacist because, of course, that's what he was doing. We've seen that one time and time again. Okay. Arclight with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Arclight. Appreciate it. Nandy in the house. Get the mullet look back, bro. That mullet look was really bad. I didn't realize how bad it was, and I'm going to blame all of you for allowing me to have that mullet. Like, it was bad. All right. It was really bad. We can't go back. No mullet. But But you got a $500 super chat for it. That is true. Wasn't that River Miles that sent me that? River Miles, didn't you drop a $500 super chat for that shit? I think it was you. Yeah, it was rough. Thank you, Nandy. I appreciate it. Thank you, Arclight. Let's talk about this situation right here. So right here, third suspicious device found near Mamdani's home. NYPD is investigating. Here we go.
A suspicious device in a vehicle near Gracie Mansion. Officers have frozen the area around the vehicle and are conducting limited evacuations of the buildings in the vicinity. CB Cotton is at the scene with the latest. Hi, CB.
Hey, Alicia. Well, we're here at the intersection of East 79th Street and East End Avenue, about 10 blocks from where all the chaos really unfolded yesterday outside Gracie Mansion, which is the home of New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani. I actually want to step out of the way so you guys can get a better view of what we're seeing here behind me, because it's further down this street where the action is really taking place. They've sort of blocked us off here, though. So I'm going to step out of the way so you guys can see.
Yeah, this is a terrorist on terrorist action. That's what it seems like.
And my photojournalist is going to push in down East End Avenue between 81st Street and 82nd Street. We have been told that officers have located a third suspicious device in a car that is thought to belong to one of two suspects who were taken into custody yesterday in connection with two other suspicious devices. So now we've got a total of 3 suspicious devices that have been uncovered here in the Big Apple. And we know at this point from high-level sources and from the NYPD that at least one of the devices that has been confiscated is a confirmed IED. Fox has been talking to high-level sources all throughout the day, and we actually learned today that one of the IEDs that was taken into custody yesterday had an explosive called triacetone triperoxide, or known as TATP. Fox News contributor Paul Morrow talked about this earlier today, and he said this is an explosive that has been used in other high-profile deadly terrorist attacks across the globe. And so he really he talked repeatedly about how it couldn't be stated enough that New York City really avoided something potentially catastrophic here yesterday. So just to bring our viewers up to speed, there are 2 men now in custody, Amir Balat and Ibrahim Qayyumi. They are both around 18, 19 years old. I have learned from a high-level federal source that both men are in federal custody and now being interviewed by the FBI in connection to these devices.
I hate to say this, but I really don't. You get what you deserve. All right. Like, what did you think was going to happen when you brought somebody like Mamdani in to be the mayor of New York? What the fuck did you expect? Seriously. This is exactly what I expected. This is exactly what anybody with any common sense expected right here. And again, if you go over to Mamdani's Twitter account from yesterday, look what he starts out with. Yesterday, white supremacist Jake Lang organized a protest outside of Gracie Mansion rooted in bigotry and racism. Such hate has no place in New York City. So this is the narrative right here. This is all people are going to focus in on right here. Like, he's such a piece of shit, man.
Has told our Bill Malusian that both men are U.S. citizens. And so the NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch, she talked about how this all unfolded yesterday. She explained that there were 2 dueling protests. One protest was an anti-Muslim protest, and the counter protest was a anti-Nazi, stop the Nazi protest. Clashes got underway, and that is when we saw things really escalate. Commissioner Tisch says one of the men threw what appeared to be a suspicious device, and people saw smoke and flames go up in the air. She says that man later ran down the block, got a second device from another person and ignited that second device. And she later explained that both of these men were taken into custody, and we now know their names as Ibrahim Kayumi and Emir Balat.
I don't even need to add commentary to those names. I don't need to even add commentary. I'm just going to let her say those names one more time. Okay? One more time.
Both of these men were taken into custody, and we now know their names as Ibrahim Kayumi and Emir Balat. Again, they are both being interviewed by the FBI, and the latest that we see here on the ground is that members of the NYPD, bomb unit and other high-level officers are out here looking at a car believed to be connected with one of these two men that has a third suspicious device that has been located here today.
And CB, just in the area right around you and where this investigation is underway, are there evacuations?
I have a cure for illegal immigration and for immigration in general. Okay? Trump, hire me. Okay? I will revamp the entire immigration process with one simple question. Do you want to be an American citizen? They say yes. And I say, who is Dale Earnhardt? If they can't answer it, rejected. Simple as that. If they don't know who Dale Earnhardt is, you get rejected. You need to know who he is. You need to know how many championships he has. You need to know how many wins he has. 76 wins, 7 championships. Okay. Boom. If you can answer some specific details about Dale Earnhardt, you're approved. And if not, you're out. Done.
That have occurred inside the neighborhood, are they clearing people out of that area other than freezing the area, is what we've called it?
So we've been talking to a lot of the neighbors that live out here. This is, people know this area as New York City's Yorkville neighborhood. It's a very affluent part of the city, lots of high-end residential properties. And this is all coming as quite a shock to the people who call this area home. They are actually, many of them are being told they can't go back to their residence right now while police continue their work here down the street. A couple neighbors have told me they've not been given a time frame as to when they will be able to return home. So lots of the people who live here are very shaken up, very anxious.
If you're shaken up, you should have been shaken up the moment that this clown was, brought in as the mayor of New York. That's when you should have been shaken up. Actually, you should have moved the fuck out as soon as this clown became mayor. Like, out. Get out.
Really, marking another tense moment in what's been a chaotic week for the people who live right near Gracie Mansion.
CB, I know you said that both of these individuals are American citizens. Do you have any idea if they're naturalized, birthright, if they were born here, came here from somewhere else?
That's a good point. You're right. Factual mage. You're right. I got a little worked up. All right. Let me dial that back. Okay. Stay in New York. Okay. Stay there. Okay. Because we're full in Florida. And by the way, Florida's terrible. Weather's terrible. There's nothing to do. All right. Ugly women. All right. Just stay out of Florida. You don't want anything to do with Florida. It's terrible here. Please stay in New York. Okay.
So where from? Do you have any other information on their background?
Yeah, Joey, that is a great question. And that's something that our Bill Mallusion is looking into, communicating with his federal sources. All we know at this point is that the two men are U.S. citizens, but he is inquiring as to whether they are naturalized.
U.S. citizens. U.S. citizens. Oh, yeah. I'm sure that they are U.S. citizens.
U.S. citizens. I will point out that the New York Post is describing and reporting from its sources that the two men were self-radicalized, and at least one of the men spoke to law enforcement about watching ISIS videos. Again, that is reporting from the New York Post, but I think it's pretty interesting context given what we are seeing and learning here on the ground.
Certainly. CB, from what we can tell, this is leftover from yesterday with that clash of the protesters and the counter-protesters and everything that was going on. And I know that they have this area frozen, but from your NYPD sources and other reporting on the ground, do you get the sense that there's an ongoing threat in terms of that general area, the rest of the city? We talked to Paul Morrow earlier about potential other IEDs being planted other places. Do you have any more information for New Yorkers out there that are feeling a little bit uncomfortable today?
Yeah, important.
Well, we do have this comment right here. Nick Shirley says, Mamdani will call Jake Lang a white supremacist, but will not call the two Muslims. He won't call the two Muslims terrorists who threw literal bombs in NYC. Here is Jake Lang and Nick Shirley.
It's beyond political violence. This is religious violence, first and foremost. And second of all, what we need to understand is we voted in a Muslim mayor to New York City 2 months ago, and we've had the first Muslim terrorist attack on white Christians outside the mayor's home. People need to understand there's a correlation here. These things are connected. We are not safe in New York with Zoran Mandami, the Muslim, as our mayor. He is, by his very ability to be there, he is basically sponsoring and influencing and telling these people, go out and declare jihad. By not condemning it, he's basically saying more jihads against Christians like Jake Lang. And
100%. Absolutely.
Question, Tommy. So based on what I'm seeing here on the ground, the posture from law enforcement doesn't lead me to believe that there is an ongoing active threat to the people who live in this neighborhood. Or
actually, I got another clip right here from Nick Shirley. So say it for what it is, terrorism. NYC is becoming increasingly lawless right here.
So today here in New York City, the mayor Zoran Mandami called protester Jake Lang a white supremacist, but he failed to mention that the two men who threw literal bombs at him are two Muslims, and he didn't even call them terrorists. He actually didn't.
And by the way, I want to remind everybody that what was this, about 2 weeks ago now? Tyler Oliveira, I think that's how you say his name. His channel got his Patreon got taken down after he made a video about Jews, and so he made his own website over it, and he was calling it out. Nick Shirley responded and said, "Expose it all," meaning expose all the frauds. Oliveira, is that how you say it? Oliveira, and as soon as Nick Shirley commented, "Expose it all of the pro-Israel losers started calling him anti-Semitic. And I'm like, he said expose it all. Nick Shirley is about exposing fraud. And as soon as he said that, they all started clutching their pearls and going fucking ballistic. And I'm like, Nick Shirley is doing unbelievable work. And just like the left, he's one opinion from being called anti-Semitic. Unbelievable. And so just absolutely seeing this was just ridiculous, and it drove me crazy.
Condemn that, but meanwhile here in New York City, you also have all these people. This is the famous Canal Street. And look, now they start freaking out because I put a camera on their face. But they sell all this stuff, counterfeit goods. Meanwhile, all this madness is happening here in New York City. Nothing ever gets solved. They let criminals do whatever. Whether you say this is criminal or not, it is. They're selling fraudulent goods, not paying taxes on it. Meanwhile, you're working hard right now. But these guys are able to make loads of cash and pocket it all in their pocket without ever even having to pay tax. So then watch, as soon as I put a camera on any of these fraudsters, these scammers, watch how they just freak out. How much? Show your face? No face? How come? How come? Look, they make lots of cash. They know they're doing stuff wrong. That's why they won't show their faces here on camera.
Crazy.
And they're making thousands of dollars. So you have a mayor who's not willing to call terrorists who are literally throwing bombs in the city of New York City. They have a bomb squad there right now, checking out everything because of how bad it is. Look, how much? How much? How much? Why? What's wrong? What's wrong? You doing something wrong? See, they know they're doing stuff wrong. That's what.
Like, I gotta say, Nick Shirley is such a Chad, being out there and putting himself in harm's way, just so he can, expose what's going on. And for these people, like, I don't know a lot about the Tyler guy. Like, he seems a little kind of like not sure how, again, I don't watch the guy consistently, but it feels extremely performative for me, from my taste on the Tyler guy. But Nick Shirley comes off genuine as hell, like 100% genuine. And he's out there doing very, very dangerous shit, as is the Tyler dude too. But the Tyler dude comes off as like, he could very easily just be like blowing everything out of proportion. And he seems like he's very good at what he does, but I have no idea.
They all freak out. No, I'm all right. Thank you, ma'am. They know they're doing stuff wrong. That's why they freak out. And you really do have a lawless New York City right now. You have a mayor who's not condemning anything. Only thing he is condemning is a protester. He's a Christian protester. You might not agree with all his tactics. I agree. Some of his tactics are a bit wild. But he calls him a white supremacist, but he won't call the terrorist. That's a little crazy.
Yep. And, it's interesting because to talk off this point, I am going to make up another point of another story we're going to talk about here in just a minute. But to close this one out, you get what you deserve, New York. And you have a Muslim extremist as the mayor of New York. This is what's you're going to have. This is the future right here. Now, I am interested with Trump and what his play is here, because he is playing very nice with Mamdani. And I'm not sure what Trump's play is, but obviously Trump is, it doesn't take a lot of thinking to realize that Trump clearly is not a fan of Mamdani and his policies and the fact that he's even in this position. But Trump is playing this one a certain way, and I'm not sure what Trump's play is yet. But New York is in a bad place, and Trump is letting him dig a hole first. That is a very good point, and that kind of seems like that's probably what's happening. But Trump is really good at this. He's really good at letting people set themselves up, and then he will pounce when the opportunity is there. And so we'll see. We'll see indeed. Okay, so the other thing we're going to talk about here is, so we covered this a little bit yesterday, but we're going to cover it a little more right now. And that is the funeral for Jesse Jackson turned out to be a complete and total disaster for various amount of reasons. And it's all because the left can't stop with their TDS. They can't do it. It doesn't matter. Their TDS is out of control. They can't get out of their own way. And so you have a lot of politicians that showed up and they had to make it about Trump. All about Trump. Trump. But the funny part here is that someone asked them in advance to not make this about politics. That's right. Jesse Jackson's son said to not bring your politics into the service. And this is what's interesting about what he says right here. Now, I don't know anything about Jesse Jackson's son, but what I do know is what he says right here is extremely rare. Okay? And you have to listen to this in its entirety. So listen to what he says right here.
Do not bring your politics out of respect to Reverend Jesse Jackson and the life that he lived to these homegoing services.
Now, what's interesting is usually when you have this take, this usually means don't bring your right-wing politics. That's usually what it means. Listen to the context that he gives. This is the most impressive part of what he said.
Right. Come respectful and come to say thank you. But these homegoing services are welcome to all. Democrat, Republican, liberal, and conservative, right wing, left wing, because his life is broad enough to.
The fact that he made it very clear that he was not alienating any political side, massive respect. Again, don't know much about this guy, so he may be a crazy loon for all I know. All I can do is judge him on that. And him saying up front, don't bring your politics, and then adding the perspective of it says welcome to all, and then he specified Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal. But guess what? Guess who didn't listen? Guess who didn't listen?
Cover the full spectrum of what it means to be an American. We only ask people to come and be respectful in the context of the extraordinary life that he lived.
Each day we wake up to some new assault on our democratic institutions. Another setback to the idea of the rule of law. An offense to common decency. Every day you wake up to things you just didn't think were possible.
Hold on just a minute. What is this right here? Jesse said the quiet part, and we all heard it about Obama. What is this right here? What could this be? So what's that? See Barack been talking down to black people.
Well, the Reverend made those remarks there during a break. He was being interviewed on the Fox News channel. Jackson says he didn't realize his microphone was still on. Today, he was in full damage control.
So Jesse Jackson said the quiet part out loud, and it was caught on the hot mic. Obama was just talking down to you motherfuckers. He don't give a shit about y'all. And now the truth is out there. This goofy fuck goes and tries to speak at Jesse Jackson's memorial looking like a plumb fool. We've seen this before. I don't know, when he was speaking at one of the highest Klan members' memorial. He just has a thing of talking at people's memorial. Mind you, these people don't like you because they see you for who you are. You ain't nothing but a stepping fetching chameleon. And if you got the money, then he got the time. Barack Obama, you ain't.
Yep, 100%. But Barack Hussein Obama didn't listen.
Each day we're told by those in high office to fear each other and to turn on each other.
Bro, you are the definition, you piece of shit. Again, I'll repeat what I have said many times. All of this racial divide is because of this motherfucker right here. This piece of shit. And he didn't do it that much in his first term. But as soon as that second term started, this piece of shit started that racial divide. And it was all being set up. It was all being set up. But he didn't really push that thing through until his second term. And he started pushing it big time. Anytime there was a police involved shooting with a black person, this piece of shit would get up on the world stage and he would create the fucking narrative before they knew anything about any of the situation. He would build the racist narrative. The mainstream would then signal boost that shit. Riots are starting to happen. LeBron James and all these other fucking retards are out there talking about how it's dangerous for black people to walk through the streets because they're being killed by police officers. And then it just spirals out of control, and it's all because of this piece of shit right here.
And that some Americans count more than others.
I don't care what they do in Washington. I care what we do in the community. We beat people bigger than Trump. We fought people harder than them. if we stand up and be what we're supposed to be.
This is bad times like now. We're in a tough spot, folks. We got an administration that doesn't share any of the values that we have. And I don't think I'm exaggerating a little bit.
Let me just say, I predicted a lot about what's happening right now. I'm not into saying I told you so, but we did see it coming.
So again, Jesse Jackson's son said that he didn't want that. Now, I'm thinking I got my timeline here, okay? I don't see any community notes on this. So now here is Jesse Jackson Jr. apparently after the fact. Here we go.
Yesterday, I listened for several hours of 3 United States presidents who do not know Jesse Jackson.
Ooh, woo. Ooh, okay.
He maintained a tense relationship with the political order, not because the presidents were white or black.
Somebody said 3. It's because no. Bill Clinton was there too. So I don't know if I'm assuming he spoke, but
But the demands of our message, the demands of speaking for the least of these, those who were disinherited, the damned, the dispossessed, the disrespected, demanded not Democratic or Republican solutions, but demanded a consistent, prophetic voice that at no point in time ever sold us out as a people. And it speaks volumes about who the Reverend Jesse Jackson was.
The fact that Trump was not invited, and again, I know Jesse Jackson played this whole, like, he turned on Trump just like all these other clowns, but there is a ton of background on the fact that Jesse Jackson and Donald Trump got along very well, and then Jesse Jackson turned on Trump just like all these other clowns did as soon as he became a Republican. Trump was invited? Really? I didn't even know he was invited. So he was? Okay, then I stand corrected. Trump was invited. Okay. Why didn't he go? Did Trump release a statement on why he didn't go? Dude, Trump, that's like perfect for Trump. Trump walking in there and being Trump. Oh, that would have been perfect. Does anybody know why he didn't? Let's see. More important stuff to do. Trump can handle it. I mean, he was meeting with Messi the other day. He's been meeting with sports teams like crazy, so he can handle it.
Our message has already been delivered today. I can see it all over my mother's face. Rise, Jesse, rise. Give Jonathan Jackson another great round of applause for delivering our family message to the world.
Okay, so we got that. So now apparently we have, I just saw this on my feed. So right here, it's official. Hussein, Obama, Biden, and Kamala have infuriated Americans nationwide after they used Jesse Jackson's funeral to attack Trump. Here we go.
When I tell you that I wanted to vomit when I looked at Reverend Jesse Jackson's funeral, I really literally thought that it was going to be a joyous occasion. I thought they were going to remember and list down everything that this man had achieved, all his legacies, the trials and tribulations that he went through. No, instead, these delusional, sorry, stinking bastard Democrats.
She said stankin'. She said stankin'.
Made it about them. I can't believe, You all disrespected that damn man's funeral like that. And I'm not going to shut my mouth up any longer because that was so messed up what you all did. The family couldn't even grieve. But they basically told you bastards not to make it political, and you did it anyway. Y'all do not care about the family. Y'all didn't care about Jesse. Y'all didn't care about nothing. Y'all stomped on that man's time.
Yep.
That was his homegoing, and y'all made it about trying to push a political narrative that nobody wants to follow behind y'all on. The pastor got up there and he said that the Capitol was full of pedophiles and podcasters. That was horrible. Horrible. Then Obamacare got up there.
She called him Obamacare. She called him Obamacare.
And he said, there was nothing but ignorance, dishonesty and cruelty, and corruption going on. But he wasn't talking about the administration now. He was talking about you damn delusional Democrats that have stolen Ilhan Omar with the Somalian community, all type of other people. Jasmine Crockett running a district, but don't even be there half the time. That's who the fuck he was talking about. All you people that have made money, Nancy Pelosi, and then y'all net worth is worth more than what y'all bring home. Y'all are the motherfuckers he was talking about, Democrats. And then Kamala Chameleon Harris, the loser that won't claim defeat. She got up there talking about nothing. Because this is a woman that don't even know what kind of race she is. She don't know if she's Indian. She don't know if she's white. She don't know if she's black. She don't even know. She don't even know if she want to be Southern or Northern accent. Only whenever it see fit. That's why I call her Kamala Chameleon Harris. And then she sat up there and nobody cares about you, woman. You ran off props. You didn't deliver nothing. You would have been the worst motherfucking Indian, Hispanic, white, black woman, whatever race you want to follow. You'd have been the worst woman smoking. So
fire emojis in the chat.
Take your L. And you will not be over anything in California because those citizens and people and all the people that you wronged and had locked up and did nothing for is going to make sure of that. And then last but not least, Sleepy Joe. Y'all should have left that motherfucker asleep. That man got up there and said that he appointed the first black man to the Supreme Court. See, that's when the dementia kicked in. It was Thurgood Marshall. And Thurgood Marshall was the first one. So, no. Y'all never should have had him speak. Never should have got him up there. Y'all fucked over this family's time. Y'all fucked over this family grievance. Just like y'all doing the USU Democrats. Just like y'all fucking over the American people. Just like y'all have us where we got to play catch up because y'all kept us behind with all these illegals. The same way that y'all stepped on a man's funeral is the same way y'all stepping on our Americans. But we're here to tell you, we're not taking no shit from y'all. We're not going to be y'all weapon again. Y'all not going to use us anymore. Y'all not going to use us anymore. We're not going to allow it. We're not going to tolerate it. We American people have much more common sense than you motherfuckers think we got. We are not going to put up with it. I wish I could run for some political office. I will show you bastards where I stand.
Holy hell. Is that her TikTok right there? Holy shit. Like every time I wanted to stop and commentate, I'm like, why would I stop? She's saying everything better than I could. Wow. That was fire. That's the first time I've heard that. Certainly won't be the last time. That was glorious right there. Round of applause. The chat's going crazy. Woo! That was good. So that's where we are right now with these idiots. They are, I mean, again, if you remember, I don't know if you remember this, but during the lead up to the 2024 election, you remember Barack Hussein Obama? He had that I'm a little fuzzy on the details. There was this meeting that he had with a group of black people, and he was kind of talking down to them, and the optics were so bad, and he got so much backlash. I don't know if I can find that clip. It was like a post town hall or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. It was just a group of black people that it was like 5 or 6 people that yeah, here it is right here. Is this it? Here it is.
Sitting out.
Right here. Obama scolds black men who support Trump over Harris.
You're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down.
Did you just say putting women down? Have you ever heard of rap music, Barack Hussein Obama? Did you think that? Have you ever heard rap music, brother? Like, seriously, are you kidding me right now? Like, you think anybody is going to be offended by you saying, oh, he puts women down? Like, they're like, oh, okay, well, I like him then. I like him even more. I was already going to vote for him. Now I'm definitely going to vote for him. I was already going to support him. Jeez. But yeah, so this did not go over well at the time. As you see, Obama scolds black men who supported Trump over Harris. The optics were terrible for this moment right here. And they continue to do the very thing that got them into this situation to begin with. Barack Hussein Obama created Trump. That night at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, you created Donald Trump. You thought that you were better than him. You and your elitist friends thought that you could talk down to him and disrespect him. And like, look, man, one joke here, one joke there, it's part of it. That wasn't what happened at the Correspondents' Dinner. You attempted to make a mockery of Trump over and over and over and over again that night. And then other people got up and tried to make a mockery of him. And in that moment right there, it was over. You were done. Trump decided then and there that he was going to destroy you. And that is what he did. And you continue to do the same things that have gotten you to this place. And I say, keep doing it. Keep doing it. So that's where we are with that topic right there. And man, it's been interesting to see the fallout. All right, let's see. Grandma Trump says, respect, Walk. Are you talking to me? Happy birthday. I'm talking to everybody. I think everybody needs to get out of the house and walk at least a few thousand steps a day. I walk 10,000, but at least a few thousand. Get out and walk. It's the best exercise you can get. Shang Tsunami says, happy birthday, you journalist. Okay. You guys can call me a lot of names, okay? You can call me a lot of fucking names. And I will play into it. I'll be like, ha, 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 ha. Don't fucking call me a journalist, okay? That is the most disrespectful thing that you can call another human being. That is beyond disrespectful. Don't do it. Thank you. MJ says, happy birthday, bite me, hail the 199. Tay says, happy birthday, Jeremy. Heir to the Empire says, happy birthday, fellow Pisces. Yeah, you know me. I don't follow any of that shit. I don't know the whole sign thing. I don't know what the fuck any of that means. Sophie, again, here it is. Sophie, who started this whole thing. Happy birthday, my fellow Pisces. Enjoy some third world change. Get yourself something nice. Hail. Thank you. Burb Shit says, just witnessed a blowfish have a stroke. Predon Corp says, it's his birthday. He's gay. He's from Bama. Suffer Jeremy Gayest Prime. When's Casino returning? Are they returning tomorrow? I hope so. VJ the Vigilant says, happy birthday, D-Day. Are you registered for AARP yet? No, I'm not. Summer says, happiest birthday, Jeremy. I'm celebrating my 65th. Extra love to March birthdays. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Tommy says, you can't choose to be a porn star or not. You can't control how I watch you. Brighton says, only mag attacks. Eric says, the mods denounce Jeremy every stream. This is true. Zwani says, proud IDOT. Let's go. Unit 109, G&G, Tuesday night's main event, and the most important of all, the snake pit. Philip Johnson says, love the way you just said Uche told Snyder about Geeks and Gamers. Uche's no longer with us. Lol. Happy birthday, Mage IDOT. When I said he's no longer with us, it's not G&G, unfortunately. He's just no longer with us, period. Rest in peace. But yes, that is... I probably said that in a funny way. Jessica says, hey, 199, my mom just passed away. Oh, man. RIP Miriam Pitt, 3/21/58 to 3/8/26. She fought hard as hell, but now it's time for her to rest. Prayers for my family, please. I am so sorry to hear that. So prayers up for you. Man, she fought hard as hell, but now it's time for her to rest. Rest in peace to Miriam Pitt. Sorry to hear that. And a lot of prayers up in the chat. Sorry I didn't see this earlier. I would have acknowledged it when it came in. There's just so many coming in. So hopefully you'll find some comfort in all of the chat being super supportive, as they always are, the best chat on the internet. So thank you guys. Let's see. Raymond Daniel says, happy birthday. If you zig, I zag. If you fig, I, yeah. Coopster says, happy birthday. Sucks you have no life, but appreciate you spending it with your online family. But in honor of Women's Day, go make me a sandwich, biatch. Hail the 199. Thank you. Mr. Blue Sky TV says, happy birthday, brother. Hail the fellowship and the 199. Looking forward to meeting everyone in a couple of weeks. I can't wait. I really can't. So again, I want to emphasize this, and I'll probably do it on Main Event and Friday Night Tights. But for those that are going to be coming to the meetup, understand, like, space is going to be an issue. Now, again, this is at City Walk, at Universal, so space is not going to be a problem at City Walk. But in terms of the specific place that we have, which is Pat O'Brien's, space is going to be. It's going to be tight. So we're going to have to rotate people in and out in some way, shape, or form. I'm not sure how that's going to go. But I just hope you'll all, and I know you will all, just work with us. But there's over 800 people registered at this point. That's crazy, dude. That is crazy. I can't believe it. This may be the biggest meetup we've ever done. Kate Banfield says, whatevs. If these effers don't know who Mr. November is, Jeter, they need to get the F out. I respect that. Let's see. Julie says, happy birthday, Jeremy. Keep up the great work. Thank you for all you do for all of us with your lives and updates from the Tobin family. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very nice. Thank you. I'm just glad that everybody, has fun with the show, and we give some information, we give some news, we have some memes, we laugh, and then, it's good, man. It's a really awesome time we have here. Redview Studio says, I do not like the one bit where Trump says Mom Donnie is a good guy. I mean, what the F? It's just Trump. It's Trump killing him with kindness. All right. It's the whole, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer bit. It's Trump is playing the dude. That's all he's doing. So Minister of Wrong says New York is a self-imposed lose-lose situation. Mom domination is completely stonewalled by the governor. If she caves it, that's a bigger L for the libs. Trump is playing nice for optics to let them lose. I agree completely. Kevin Cron says, happy birthday, old man tax. Thank you. Veronit for 20 says, if you don't disrespect Jesse Jackson's funeral, you ain't black. That's really good. That's a good one. Rolling the Wretches, his final tally from last night was 149 subs. Happy birthday, Jeremy. Pisces is a fish sign, so that means you are gay fish. Did I hear it right that you are doing it with a scope? Happy birthday. Thank you, Roland. I appreciate it, man. And congrats on your channel. Keep up the grind, man. Keep it up. River Miles says, quote, I'm still jihad from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. Good Lord. Udite says, so citizenship is about Earnhardt, huh? Not a NASCAR viewer. So I guess I better pack my shit, but it would probably actually be a good standard. So maybe I should just bone up instead. That's good stuff. That's awesome. Mike Zero Source says, unlike Asmongold, Mike Zero is a Trump supporter. He makes shit up, but he's never blasted Trump. TJ says, if DSP turned the filter on, it would just show an empty chair. MAGA Mike says, I don't know what you're saying there, but fellow Mossad, Mazel Tov. Unseen Dimension says, you did a shit job of grifting the long hair, but you did look cute with those pigtails. Happy birthday, young man. Thank you for the live stream. I appreciate it. Fantastic Stock says, okay, Mom Donnie did speak out. Words bad, bombs good. Miniature Von Think says, happy birthday. Thank you. Darth MB says, I can't believe you're stealing the birthday spotlight from Mrs. ABF during her birthday year. Her birthday year. Happy birthday year. Zachary says, I also like Cam Higbee. I like watching his debates. The most you can have says, thank you for CobraCast. Hey, thank you. CG says, Jesse Jackson's son might be radical, but that comment, I'd have shaken his hand to say sorry for your loss. He did lose his father after all. Agreed. Dark Red Knight says, Sharpton and Jackson, the Justice Brothers. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot says he had his Nick Saban meeting roundtable that day. Okay, well, that is more important. Okay, I stand corrected. Meeting Nick Saban is far more important than going to Jesse Jackson's funeral. So, understood. Sheepdog says that she needs to be a PAO for DHS. Justin says, how many times has Barack had Jay-Z at the White House? More than a few. You tell him, Jeremy, you're a games journalist, says Evil Black Cat. That's just mean. Let's see. Clamum says, Jeremy, you share a birthday with is that a dog or a cat? Is that a cat? He's getting his birthday meal shortly. Happy birthday, big dog. Thank you. Fresh Pony says, happy birthday, Jeremy. Thank you for the best stream on the internet. Hail the 199. Thank you. Galactic Troll says, forgot the birthday grift tax. Thank you. Loki Odinson says, for the grift. I appreciate it. Is it Shrieker says, Jeremy isn't a journalist. He's a games journalist. Yeah, that's even worse, to be fair. Yeah. Being called a games journalist is worse than being called a journalist. Madney says, happy Queef Day. Gen X Cynic says, effing journalist, effing $5 super chat. Happy effing birthday. Sith Lord says, Jeremy's birthday on International Women's Day checks out. Captain JPS says, happy birthday, Tax. Packet Proton says, is it true? Caroline Levitt reports President Trump has not ruled out using military draft in the war with Iran. Not popular if so. I don't know what is true or not with Twitter and all the nonsense that we're seeing on Twitter. There's so much bullshit out there that it's impossible to filter through all of it. So I just choose to trust President Trump, which a lot of people don't want to do. But I trust President Trump, and I doubt that is true. I've seen people like Owen Schroyer running with that narrative, because of course Owen Schroyer is at his anti-Trump point in his career where he's just orange man bad about everything, and kind of makes me wonder if he was ever a Trump supporter, to be fair. But listen, all I know is how can you not support a guy that says this? Trump to Latin American leaders, quote, "I'm not learning your damn language. I don't have time. This is what I voted for."
In the months ahead. And it's so good that we got to know so many of you. I mean, we're so many. And I'd love to get to your countries at some point. Marco loves going to your countries. He's always at one of these countries. He likes your countries the best, okay? You know, where are you? I'm in Chile. Oh, good. How's Chile doing? Good. He likes it. He feels very comfortable. We all like him, right? It helps. He's got a language. He's got a language advantage over me because I'm not learning your damn language. I don't have time.
Oh, man.
I was okay with languages, but I'm not going to spend time learning your language. That much I won't do. Just give me a good interpreter. Interpreter, very important. And I know if somebody's good. I may not speak the language, but I know.
I saw Teresa in the chat says, "I'm too poor to send a super chat, but happy birthday, Jeremy." Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate it. Nobody has to send anything. I appreciate the birthday wishes, regardless if it's a super chat or not. Thank you.
I had an interpreter recently that wasn't good, talking to a very strong person from a different part of the world. And I could tell, even though I don't speak the language, I could tell the interpreter was not good. When you go, when I give a long, flowing, beautiful sentence, and in this case, it was a woman, and she gave it in about 1/4 the time. I said, well, their language may be efficient, but it's not that efficient. And I could also tell when I have great interpreters.
But then Trump also said this right here. Here we go. Trump also said, "Tell South American leaders directly to their faces that he will launch a missile through their cartel leaders' living room if they want him to."
And terror. And some of you are in danger. I mean, you're actually in danger. It's hard to believe. But we're working with you to do whatever we have to do. We'll use missiles. If you want us to use a missile, they're extremely accurate. Boom. Right into the living room. That's the end of that cartel person.
Just absolute savage in every way, dude. Let's see here. And then, of course, this is a classic one right here from Trump. If you remember, this is one of the greatest moments in history, okay? One of the greatest moments in history. Trump in Puerto Rico throws the paper towels out to the crowd. This is in Trump 1.0. You remember this shit? It's like he's playing basketball. He's like posing up like I'm shooting a three. What a goat. Unmatched. And look at the form. Look at the form right here. Okay, this is perfect form, all right? And this is where we know that Trump could have been dominating the NBA, but he decided it's more important to make America great again. Could have been dominating the NBA. And yes, he's yelling Kobe every time. Kobe! Every time. Could have dominated the NBA, but would rather make America great again. Better than MJ? Honestly, I don't even think it's close, dude. I think, you know, and listen, love MJ. Okay. But I'm pretty sure Trump could probably take MJ one-on-one. All right. I'm pretty sure. I think so. I think there's absolutely no doubt. Unfortunately, we're never going to find out because Trump decided, I don't want to take Jordan's, reign as the GOAT. However, now again, just telling you right now, okay? He never wanted to show up Jordan because he respects Jordan. But he did decide to show up LeBron, and I have the footage. Oh! Oh! Done. Dude, the greatest of all time right there. So again, he respects Jordan, and he's not going to show up Jordan. But LeBron has ran his mouth way too many times, and Trump said, I'm not having it. I got to take you down. So we did. So there you have it. Let's see here. Jim says, happy birthday. Whatever you're trying to say there, political analyst, Gen X Rocks 199. Thank you. Beastie Man says, let's see. Happy birthday, Jeremy. You good old fig. Hail. Jim P says, political analyst is Jeremy's title job. Erratic with a 5. Thank you. T Little says, you are my news anchor. It's a sad state of affairs, but I appreciate it. Doug Diggs says, happy 47J Prime. May your relative distance to Gargantua extend your corporal form persistence. Thanks for all of the entertainment you provide. Good old Gargantua. Thank you. Erratic says, happy birthday. With some health apps, just swing your arms will increase your steps. Your right arm is sore. Thank you. Lying Dogface Tony Soldier with a gifted membership. AJ says, just wanted to ask if the CobraCast hoodie will come back in the future. Don't have the money right now, but would love it to have another chance in the future. What we're trying to do, and let me put that picture up, but what we ultimately want to do is we want to have a consistent storefront in the future. Right now it's about establishing the campaigns, but we want to have a storefront that, so essentially, and most of you understand this, but some of you might not, but like, we don't really have the resources to just have a ton of inventory on hand. So that's why we do the campaigns, because in order to have all of the inventory on hand, that's thousands, that's tens of thousands of dollars, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars that is tied up into inventory that will sell over the course of time, but we just don't have the resources for that right now. So in the future, the goal would be to have all of the stuff that you're interested in available to order in the snap of a finger, but we're not structured for that yet. So yes, in the future, we hope to have all of this stuff available. And again, I could run through Teespring and all these other drop ship companies. I don't like running through them. I don't like doing the drop ship stuff. I like to have some control over the quality and the shipping and all of that. And again, I've ran through Teespring and I've had just bad luck with Teespring and drop ship, these standard drop ship companies. I like to have a little more control over what we have. But thank you. I appreciate it. Jared says, I farted earlier. It sounded like a bullfrog drowning in oatmeal. Thank you. Udite says, of course, Trump chose not to show up Jordan. That's how you know he's not racist. Exactly. Zero says, happy Jessica, Sydney, USA. Zalta Patriarch says, happy birthday, my man. Mine is on the 10th. Roll Tide, Hail the 199, F Newscomb, Talarico, and Mom Donnie. Daniel Moore says, I got a standing ovation on stage in the, I don't know how you say that. I'll send you the footage on my release. My speech was on wokeness and strengthening ties with the U.S. All right, that's awesome, man. Fennel Floyd says, Jeremy's a young, vibrant man. He's so young. Mo Monty says, happy birthday, brother. Thank you. Are you coming to the MegaCon, Mo Monty? Let's see here. Gundam Wing Zero says, happy birthday. Thanks for all the years of entertainment and memes. Hail Snake Pit and Unit 199. Godzilla's Greaser says, happy birthday, man. As someone who was born in June, I refuse to call it Pride Month. I know your pain. Yeah, they hijack everything. Vic Chavez says, I can't say what I want without getting banned. So happy birthday, Commander. Actually, to your point, the previous one, as much as it does suck that they've hijacked my birthday for International Women's Day, at least my birthday's not during Pride Month, okay? At least it's not during Pride Month. So I guess that's a win. However, and I saw Gary tweeted this out, and I want to, because we meme a lot, we joke a lot. I want to be honest, okay, about today is a very important day. And we should probably respect that it is a holiday. And I want to give proper respect to everyone out there. So I want to join in with Gary here to say happy International Women's Day to all the ladies out there. Really appreciate all of your hard work in the kitchen and all the sandwiches that you make. We appreciate all of you so very much. So really, thank you, ladies. Really, really appreciate that. We appreciate all the hard work that, you put in the kitchen. So thank you. John Wayne says one takeout order of voodoo shrimp, 2 large bowls of gumbo, 1 royal redfish with red beans and rice, 1 fried redfish, and au gratin with mashed potatoes and cheddar cheese grits. That's a hell of an order right there, okay? Let's see. W. Stymie says, happy birthday. Thank you. Demi Moore's Tapeworm says, happy birthday, homosexuals Maximus. Pat K says, Trump cannot get the Medal of Honor, but it takes out another dictatorship this year. He'll win the Triple Crown. Be pretty awesome. Storm Shadow says, dropship companies suck. You should follow quartering or do your own stuff like he did with coffee. Make shirt brand shirt company. Again, I've been approached about doing some coffee stuff. I don't know. Is there enough interest if again, so somebody approached me doing 199 coffee or some shit like that. Would you be interested if I did a coffee company? I don't drink coffee. So, in 199 coffee, let's see. Would you be interested in 199 coffee? Or something to that effect? Let me see how many people would be interested. Demon Morse Tapeworm says, F you, my birthday is on June 2nd. Speed Force says, happy birthday, Jeremy. Thank you. All right. Let's see where we're at. Johnny the Wiz Kid says, hang on, I got to turn this off. Johnny the Wiz Kid says, $1 for now because I spent hundreds on the trip planned from Milwaukee and hotel. Can't afford much, but happy birthday. I appreciate it, man. Hope to see you soon, either in Vegas or next year's MegaCon. Absolutely. All right, let's see. See there, 70% say no. Holy shit. That's pretty strong. 70% says fuck no. Listen to the people. Horror Amarada says, happy birthday, Miss Nerdrotic. Oops, I mean Jeremy. Thank you, Horror Amarada. I appreciate you. The sandwich looks good. Is it better than the pork chop sandwich at Culver's? It should be. Let's hope so. 199 water or energy drinks. That's another one we've talked about too. So very strongly no. Set up to 73%. All right. Well, no coffee company. I'm okay with that. Sean Carter says, I think 199 bottled water, cheaper to produce, and it fits you personally. That agreed, because that's pretty. I drink almost exclusively water. That's all I drink. Occasionally I'll drink, sweet tea or something like that. Maybe a soda here and there, but it's 95% water is all I drink. So, 199 prime water, probably couldn't get away with that one. So, but I guess I'm gonna do a gaming stream tonight, I guess. Let me see what the availability is. See if anybody wants to join me. But I guess I'm gonna do one tonight. So I said I would, so I'm gonna do a gaming stream. So I gotta set the stream up here. Been a long time, but you know what? Might as well. Got to dust off the gaming channel and get that fired up. We're almost up to 8,000 subscribers over there. So let's see. Should I grift it and say it's my birthday? Like, yeah, it is my birthday. There we go. All right. It is my birthday. Boom. Set all this up. Hey, no, I'm not turning ads on. Set it up for, I guess, 10:45. Give me time to set everything up. Okay, boom. Frozen again. You know what? I think I know why I get frozen. It's because I changed the camera. I changed my screen over. I think that's why. That's weird. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But there it is. All right, so we're gonna go live over on the gaming channel for the first time in months. I will raid the channel if you're interested, and if you aren't interested, I totally understand. So, Kingdom Hearts Gamer says, "Happy birthday! Can't wait for MegaCon." Me either. Me either. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. Can't wait to see all of you there. Sean, I got that one. Green Ranger says 199 fitted beanies poll. C Highness says, I want some G&G socks and blankets. Lime green, pink, white, orange, blue, and black. Happy birthday, Jeremy. Thanks for being the realest 199 out there. Thank you. Mr. Parker says, happy birthday. See you in 2 weeks. I need a better picture of us, and I lost mine on Thursday. Let's see. Oh, you mean, let's see, like your pet? Oh, man. Sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Simplistic says, for your birthday, I ordered myself a CobraCast hoodie. Hey, look at there. Look at there. Thank you. Kingdom Hearts Gamer got that one. Demi Moore says, Preparation H would be a good sponsor. I would take Preparation H as a sponsor right now. Hell yeah. Let's see. All right. So, okay, Mr. Parker, you lost your dog. Okay. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, brother. That is tough. It's always tough. Prayers up for you and yours. All right. If you guys want to continue the discussion, I will be playing Fortnite with Jay here in about, I think Jay will probably join me a little bit after I start. So I might run a few solo matches first. So, but if you want to join me over there, if not, I totally understand. It's going to be a very much chill stream. So, hopefully we'll see you guys over there. I do appreciate it. I hope everyone has a good night. Thank you for all the support, all the love in the chat. As always, we'll be back on the grind tomorrow. This will raid that channel, so you can continue the conversation over there. So have a good evening, and we'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.